these guys. I think Elevate and Rise Nation, both a squad that very diverse, can use just about anything. Is anyone surprised to see this first one?
I'm not. That's what I was exactly about to just point out.
You saw Optic. Optic played Elevate, banned the MR6 first every time. It's really Nogafin. Go to Nogafin's Twitter, watch his YouTube video, something about him and the MR6.
Watch his stream.
It's filthy, the way the guy can use the gun.
So Elevate, their response to that is they're going to go ahead and ban out Tac Mask. So the response from Rise is, do we immediately go after the stun grenade or the flashbang grenade? But that opens it up for one of them to be protected.
Well, Flash is out. Do we see a Protect coming in for concussion is the question. Now we saw Afterburner go out last series. What do you think impact does this have on this particular game mode map?
When you look at somebody like Nogafin, loves to use those wall runs. So I think that's actually going to limit him, maybe a little bit. Of course, covering ground, that's something we always talk about with Afterburner. But I think that Tac Mask ban was actually a bluff from Elevate because now Rise, they completely changed their game plan, right? They get rid of the flashbang, they get rid of the stun. Those are two bans forced out from that Tac Mask ban on Elevate.
Well, yeah, it's basically, it limits their ability to target the opposition. Instead, they're trying to, it almost is like a kind of a protect for themselves. They're trying to get those out of there, trying to play a little kind of defense for their team is how it ends up being used. But without having another, that's a great job really from the side of Elevate, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It really kind of threw Rise off. So we didn't see any specialists get banned out. The Vesper goes at the end, rapid fire as well. So aside from Tac Mask, everything else pretty common to see.
All right, well, let's take a look here. When we're looking at the specialist draft, Facento going to rock the Scythe, Octane as well. Those will be the first two picks. Those are going to be both of your AR players. They're going to be rocking the Scythe. Not surprised to see that at all. Okay, this is a complete mirror match right now.
Yeah, so far, kinetic armor picked up by both teams. On the side of Elevate, it's going to be Remy rocking that. Looney for Rise. Camo will get picked up from Slacked. We'll see if Aqua will choose to do the same thing, but Heat Wave chosen by both teams as well. It's going to be the Annihilator from Aqua. A lot of a lot of moments where they fight against each other.
Hey, listen, it doesn't matter what you say. You're infinitely smarter than Mr. X. So let's kick this off. First side here of Hardpoint. We're watching Nogafin. He was the player of the week in week 1 for me. Can he make an impact here in week 2 going up against the solid team of Rise Nation?
So Trophy's coming to play already as Elevate. They pick up 3 in the kill feed. Aqua protecting Nogafin. And now he's going to go ahead and push out the spawns. Great decision making from Nogafin. If he could pick up the skill top AC, unable to, that would have been a 6 start from him.
Yeah, just a tough job, really, with regards to timing there. It's right where he looked, right where he pushed through. Just comes up a little bit too quickly, really. Aqua getting a nice start. He's 3-1 right now. You can see he's going to be rocking the EMP. He's got Blast Suppressor going for him as well. Now, as this player should get caught here. Nice positioning from Aqua. Good job. And this, I don't know if you really watched a lot of Advanced Warfare, but one of the things Aqua was the best at in Hardpoint in that game was getting into a corner, letting players fly by him because it played so fast, and then shooting people in the back. He did it every map, time and time again. I feel like a third of his kills will come from just positioning and patient play.
Elevate, they're looking really good, man. Rise just got their first point on the board.
Oh, welcome to the game, Rise.
45 out of 60 seconds on the first hard point goes to Elevate. Great start for them. Let's see if they can keep up the pressure, though. It's going to be up to them to try to break this hard point, break the setup of Rise. Remy, he does get that kill on the player controlling the spawns, and great decision by him. He's just going to wait. Okay, guys, I need some help. Let's work together to break this together.
Yeah, this is what we saw. It was really in the last game where I can't remember who it was, if it was Ricky that was going to have that battle really at the back spawn. Didn't wait for his teammates. It's too hard to break by yourselves. They tried to hold it here, but Facento and crew going to be able to hold it down for the time being, and now they have broken in. Now, Facento's got the back spawns. You've got Aqua in the hard point with a couple of trophies. He's going to be well protected. I'm not sure he should be working on doubling up his car. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. Not thinking it's getting towards the lightning already.
Yeah. I think you're on the right track with that, but he is off to a hot start. Re-earns the HCXD, 10-4 to start this game, and Elevate, you saw them as they broke the hard point. You see how effective it is to push from multiple angles. They pushed out both spawn points. They forced Rise to spawn all the way over near the palace. A lot of ground for them to cover to try and regain position. The hard point. Aqua, he's got the Annihilator out, was able to get 1 kill with that, as Elevate trying to break the hard point that's currently controlled by Rise.
I'm not sure what Facento did to Classic in his seat, but he was able to turn and really win a gunfight with the hip fire there. Camo gets popped from from Slack. Doesn't matter as Aqua's able to clean that up. 2 players just come soaring in there, and Rise, after getting dominated early, quickly climbing back in this one. We're just a bit into this third hard point, and this should be potentially a tie game here very shortly.
Yeah, Octane pushing towards bottom. Broken, he gets shut down by Nagavin, but he gets the information of where they're coming from. Here comes Classic on the flank. You just saw from the perspective of Slack, Classic making a big play with the Heat Wave. Unfortunate timing for him as he gets shot in the back, but Looney has the kinetic armor. It's looking like the battle's going down in the middle of the map. Also, at the next hard point, Slack having a big battle here. Let's switch over him. Does win that, and initial control will go to Octane. They win the rotation, or I'm sorry, Rise. They win the rotation. They had initial control, but Elevate, they break in and they retake control.
And one thing to keep an eye on is really going to be the pistol play. Both of these teams love using pistols. You saw Looney really using his entire clip with the VMP, had the L-car in the back pocket, able to pick one up. Ooh. Both of these guys going to be making a big impact, I think, with those pistols.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As Vicento, he's controlling top glass. This is where the players from Rise Nation look like they were pushing momentarily, but they're going to switch it up. Pushing over through the middle of the map. Vicento does find one. He takes down Classic. Now he can put his attention somewhere else. It's going to be Looney coming from the wall run. Finds him, pops the kinetic armor, breaks it to the hardpoint, finds one, takes down Remy. Looking for a second in the back. Can't clean up the kill on the Aqua. The L-car too strong. Aqua continuing to impress.
The shot's just a little bit off there, not able to clean it up. We're watching Aqua control a top Broken for a minute. He's going to push across mid-map. There's only 8 seconds left on this before we're going to have to rotate over. You can see, trying to get control of top middle, trying to control of spawns. 2 headshots coming in from Aqua, able to pick up the 2-piece. Now the break's going to try and come in for Lad. You saw that Simtex fall really right in front of him, picking up his teammate, but the pressure is on. Can they bust in through the front? Was that Slack spawning out, able to flank in from behind?
Yeah, spawns out, flanks from behind, and now it's going to be Classic. He's got some big kills to make here over near the backside vents. He gets taken down. Looney with the HCXD. Both of these teams just trading kills, but Slack goes big once again. Vicento and Remy both dropping in. Heatwave comes in. Classic takes down Nagavin, saving Looney's life. As Rise Nation, they are clawing back into the game. They're about to tie it up.
So what happened there? You know, did you see why Slack was able to spawn out? Because the hardpoint was controlled. I mean, they had control of it, right?
Elevate was kind of pushing around like the side street from back Palace.
So they had just enough pressure on that back spawn that it forced him out. So for those of you at home, you got to be careful with that one because that leads to a couple easy kills for Slack there. Really, I mean, hardpoint, 99% of this game is really just about controlling the spawns.
Yeah, if you ever want to play a consistent hardpoint game, you play for the spawns, and then from there, you'll just be able to put on a lot of pressure into the hardpoint. But we're moving to the next one.
Check out Aqua real quick. He's got his Annihilator out. Nope, but it's the Scythe of Octane that's going to cut it down. So 2 specialists go pretty much immediately. The Annihilator of Aqua and then the Scythe of Octane not really making much of an impact at all.
All right, let's move over to Looney. We haven't seen much of him in this game, but he's 16-12 as a switch around. He gets taken out. Classic might use the heat wave here. Nagavin actually goes big. Let's switch over to him. He's not having too big of an impact so far, sitting at 11-17, but this is a very explosive player. He could go off at any given moment.
They've got control right now. Rise basically flooding out the backside of this hard point, trying to put as much pressure towards the backside of the map because that's where you're going to want to have control here when we begin to rotate over. And look how early Slack has already rotated over. If you look at your mini map, he's going to be wrapping around, but he's going to have 3 players really to deal with aggressively. Thankfully, he got there early. Can he pick up 2? No. He'll be at least able to slow down the early rotation that's coming out of the side of Elevate.
You know, even though Rise, they don't pick up the kills in transition, I love the rotation they made towards that next hard point. You saw they really focused on pushing as a team towards the back Palace. They fought the 3-on-1 there. They got control of top AC. Unfortunately, they weren't able to pick up the kills towards the next hardpoint, but really good teamwork shown from them as now they're working to break it. Looney comes in with the ACXD, clears out Nagavin, and what a clean break from Rise. Everybody drops from Elevate. Rise now starting to build themselves a lead.
Yeah, that's tough because if you're Elevate, you were the side that rotated incredibly early. It was really a 3-on-1 against Slack. You get 3 players over, set up at the second hardpoint very, very early, but how quickly that was broken. And now you see Rise looking strong, 50-point advantage, about 50 points away from closing this one out. And really, I mean, you've got, look at this, you have a 3 spree for Slack, you have a 4 spree for Octane. Classic has 2 to go for himself as well. They've killed through, what, almost 2-3 spawns really of Elevate here without dropping.
And Elevate, they take so much time trying to set up a push towards the backside of hardpoint to retake spawns, but there's only 10 seconds remaining at Rise. They're more than happy to give up these 10 seconds. Sight immediately shut down.
No impact for a second sight from Octane.
So this scrap time really doesn't mean much. You know, Rise Nation, they're more than happy giving that up. They're going to set up for the upcoming middle hardpoint. Looney with the kinetic armor, he finds 2. Now he's working towards some streaks, about to acquire that HCXD as he drops down towards bottom lab, finds Aqua. continuing to put on the pressure as Rise Nation, they go up by 70 points.
Well, look at him. He basically completely decimates that side of the map, forces them to spawn on the other side. He cleans up 3 of them, really locks down the entire team. Now you see them spawning across. Some kills coming on the kill feed for Elevate. They're trying to soar in. Clan Classic shut it down. No, he's going to get popped with that heat wave. They're trying to climb back. Only 10 points needed for Rise Nation here. Elevate has to get all of this time. They have to rotate early towards the next hard point as well. They pretty much have to play flawless hard point right now to try and take a victory here.
You know, not only do they need to fend off
that's big from Remy.
Yeah, that's huge. But not only do they need to fend off the scrap time, they can't afford to rotate early. Rise Nation, they could give it up here.
Right now.
Yeah, it's completely possible. Only 3 more seconds. 2 gets contested for just a quick moment, and there you go. Slack breaks in. Rise Nation take map number 1.
So what did you see from Rise? You know, I thought Elevate was doing a decent job rotating
They started
early.
off the game 45-0.
Yeah, and well, they rotated early on a couple hard points. They just didn't hold it. I mean, we saw the second hard point in the second rotation they had complete control of. I'm trying to think of Palace they had complete control over one time as well. Out first here.
All right, so nothing quick just yet. Overkill immediately banned from Looney. That's safe, like I was just saying yesterday. Elevate chose to use 3 overkill snipers, so that's obviously going to limit them in the sniper department. But even on a map like Fringe, this isn't really a map where you see too many snipers. You know, 1 from each team is kind of like the standard thing, so I don't think that's going to have too much effect. It's actually Elevate. They decide to ban the MR6. That's
interesting. Well,
very interesting.
That's very, very interesting. Now, what's curious for me is I don't think Overkill has as much of an impact in this series because both of these teams, all these players love pistols. Yeah. So I guess I'm surprised to see what happens with the remaining pistols, because you would think, you mentioned that they were protecting the MR6 for Nagafen to get in his hand. Okay. Oh, now they're just going to start to really go with the subs. Okay, so
that's fine, because the guys on Elevate, they practice with the Kuda a lot, but you could say the same for the guys on Rise Nation. I don't think that's going to have too big of an impact. The Kuda is still a great gun.
And I know the Pharaoh has been a really common one from Classic. I've seen him use that quite a bit, with or without rapid fire.
Shiva's still in play. Tactical's still in play.
Sure, a lot
of
specialists
still in play. Kinetic Armor, Overdrive, all these things can still get banned out. There's the flashbang.
I bet you it's going to be concussion last then. Usually,
I bet you it's not.
You don't think so? Usually we see one go. Well,
it's Elevate.
We still have Overdrive. We still have Kinetic Armor. There's still a lot of things in play right now.
The Shiva, too.
Yeah.
I think the Shiva will definitely see some use. You know, you're playing over near the back B rocks. You might not need a sniper there anymore.
This is one of the first times I think
missed it.
Every specialist get... Okay, this is the first time I think I've seen every specialist make it through to S&D. I feel like always either Overdrive or Kinetic Armor pretty much gets taken out. You're going to have a wide variety of options now in the specialist draft. So I would assume Kinetic Armor definitely gets used. An Overdrive probably for each team.
Camo definitely.
And then I guess it's up to whether you want to go Heatwave, Psychosis. Yeah. I don't think we'll see.
What do you think is more consistent to use, Psychosis or Heatwave?
I think Heatwave without question. I think Heatwave's a little bit more effective in respawn, obviously, but I would definitely go Heatwave over Psychosis right now, just because it can be kind of iffy. So yeah, I'm not surprised we see Kinetic, Overdrive coming next. Those are guarantees.
Well, Afterburner made it through as well, so. But Overdrive still gets picked by both teams.
I still think it has its place, because you can hit those kind of G-slides within your Overdrive, and you're fast,
and
man.
Every time we talk about Overdrive, you think people using it in the beginning stages of the round. You could use it late. You could use it in a clutch situation.
Well, I think in a 1v1, you can check both sides so quickly. All right,
complete mirror
vision pulse from both sides, which I was thinking maybe Heatwave active camo, but all right, you do get those coming either side. Yeah, I'm not surprised not to see Glitch go on, I think it was Infection that we saw, but it looks like he's going to kick things off with the Shiva early. Do we have a sniper at all? We do not. And I mentioned Classic enjoying the Pharaoh. It's actually going to be Looney with the Pharaoh.
Go.
Oh, so close to hitting that one.
He's going to go for the repeat, and he hits the shot onto Octane. But Octane did get a kill onto Nagafen. That's the Shiva. Now he's going to peek back out. He finds up the shot.
All right, Aqua, settle down. He's on fire right now, tearing it up with the snipe. They have the 3-2 advantage, and he is just heating up here early. Love to see Aqua going off.
Bait and switching into the A bomb site. Nobody there to defend. Got to watch out on the flank, though. It's going to be Looney. Coming right behind, it's going to be Aqua, but he's in a good spot. He's got the L-car with the extended mag. Turns around. Great timing for him. Takes down Looney. Aqua now working towards the ace. Last player alive is going to be Slacked. Let's see what he can do as he makes his way inside the bomb site.
You want to see Octane or Aqua. Can he close it out? It's going to be Remy, but I mean, it started with Aqua. He gets 3 big kills, connecting with the sniper. Now, I'm curious. with him getting a sniper, I talked about the fact that it's Octane usually. I mean, he is a human highlight reel when it comes to sniping ability. If you're typically sniping, you might switch something up for a specific map or a specific round. If you get sniped like that early, does that make you want to pull out a sniper pretty much immediately, get him back?
I think so. But, I mean, the Shiva, you know, especially when you're doing the snipe that Aqua is doing, when you fall down on the ground, you take a little bit of damage. So just one shot with the Shiva might force him to kind of kill himself. But, you know, the thing with the sniper is those shots are so hard to consistently hit, man. And Octane did wind up pulling out a sniper of his own, but Aqua still put in work. He gets first blood on Looney.
Aqua having an amazing start. He's on a 4 streak. How close is that going to put Aqua?
He's got the HC.
Okay, still got a ways to go here, though, for his Lightning. Now, are you surprised to see him go Lightning Hellstorm and not have a dart?
A little bit, I'd say so. Maybe he's just not a good pilot. But I think the most common score streaks you see in Search and Destroy is the HC, the dart, and the Lightning. You don't see the Hellstorm too often just because of that ping you get from the Lightning. And you could just ping it and not even use it. You get a lot of mind games that can be gotten from the Lightning.
Okay, well, here we go. Round 3. Elevate starting out strong here after dropping in game 1. We got to start with Aqua, right?
Yeah, I can't take my screen off of him.
He hasn't dropped yet. 5-0, and here it comes. Can he hit the snipe? You'll see this round coming across. And no one wants to challenge that right now, not with the way he's playing.
All right, so let's switch over to the bomb carrier. It's going to be Remy. He's being a bit aggressive. One player for Rise Nation playing over near the back rocks. It's also classic threatening on the flank, so Aqua needs to be a little bit careful. Luckily, he has the L-Car in his back pocket to help him out there. Nagafan, while running over near the middle, does spot one player's junkyard, puts in some shots, connects with 2 bursts, but this might allow Slack to now push through. Nagafan watching the flank now. A lot of action going down near a lot of areas on the map. Aqua trying to peek out the sniper rifle. Facento trying to give him some cover. Looney finds first blood, takes him down. Aqua challenges with the L card, trades the kill.
And he's getting very, very close. He's at this point now where you want to let him get any extra points he can. You got to stay alive right now. He wanted to get the Kuda, I believe, in his hands is the main reason he was trying to really get across. He's able to stay alive. And now, does he re-peek this? He wants to check top bar, and he's a maniac.
Nagafan always peeks.
I'm still watching to see if Aqua can get towards this Lightning as he's getting very, very close, and he's getting real aggressive here as they're in a 3v1. Octane back barn, he should be caught. This is going to be another kill for Aqua. Nice. And Aqua should be only 50 points off right now of getting that Lightning.
Yeah, Aqua, explosive start to say the least for him. You caught it on the camera, but we'll see it again in the round-ending kill cam. Just good timing as he spots Octane in the back. Aqua, he hasn't even died yet, has he? No,
I think he's, what, 7-0 now?
Well, I mean, you saw Colt Chen yesterday on the secondary stream. Within 3 rounds, he had 9 kills. Almost a similar performance from Aqua as he's 7-0.
We got to stay with Aqua.
Yeah, I'm going to watch him through the defensive round here. But Remy, he's 1-0 as well. He hasn't died. Classic and Slacked, very slow start. The entire Rise squad, they only combined for 2 kills.
Here comes the snipe highlight. Is he able to find anyone? No, no one has any business, no desire to challenge Aqua right now mid-map. And you see several kills going down for his side. Vicento, Naga able to pick up 1. Can he continue this streak? And this next kill is a big one too, because again, it's just working him towards those streaks. He sees him for a second, misses just by a hair to the left. But he's feeling so confident. He wants to fly with the L-car. And Aqua's just everything he does is right. The timings are working out perfectly for him. He's hitting his shots. He's just playing perfectly right now.
You know, all his timings are working as well. As soon as he pushes this player, looks like he's turning around. Just the easiest kills. He shot Octane in the back twice now. You know, Aqua is just a human highlight reel right now.
I'm just curious. Can he
Rise win around?
Can Rise win around? Can Aqua remain invincible here?
He's got everything.
Oh my God! Now, do you just try and use stuff early, like close this game out? What do you? You're up 4-0. You just want to win this, right? Crush the dagger home. But he's going for the snipe. He wants to try and hit a player back rock. But look, everyone's mid-map right now. If you take a look at the mini-map, there's no one playing in that back position. He might be able to catch them all. Had he called in a Hellstorm or a Lightning, that would have been absolutely deadly.
Oh yeah, could have caught maybe 2 players out. Remy falls over the kill of his own. HCXD does get some information, but now it's Remy coming alive. He's 3-0, has 2 kills already in this round. Aqua thought he might have peeked mid-street. Remy, wow, I should have watched Remy this round. That's his 3rd kill, all down to Looney in a 1-on-2. This is almost like a must-win round for Rise, going down 5-0. I've only seen 1 comeback in my entire competitive Call of Duty career.
coming back from 5-0 down in Search and Destroy. I've only seen it happen once.
And Remy and Aqua are combined 12-0, and they're the two alive. You're Looney right now. You're terrified, right? Like, what do you do? These two guys can't die. They haven't been killed yet. There's 30 seconds to work with. It looks like they're working on getting this down at B. Looney might have incredible timing here. A couple seconds early, he might have been able to catch this player. So he's still going to have a chance to get him. Able to pick it up. Remy finally going to die. It's the man, Aqua, 8-0. Is he going to be able to do it? And he's got that sniper, remember. Oh. This is all going to be time. Which side's he going to push? Oh, he misses just high. He's got streaks. They don't help him here. He waves him, and then he gets it with the L car. There is nothing Aqua can't do right now. You've seen him miss barely with 2 snipes, but he's still able to close it out, Revan.
It looks like as soon as he was ready to fire, he just got shot. The flinch causes him to miss the shot. Perfect use of Heat Wave. Timed it perfectly. Aqua coming up clutch. Has yet to die in the Search and Destroy. Rise Nation yet to win a round. Everything working in favor of Elevate. I gotta stay watching Aqua, man. He's 9-0. Still has the Lightning Strike. Still has the Hellstorm available for use.
Here we go. Round 6. Is it a 6-0 sweep? And is Aqua ever going to die? He's not invincible. Looney's able to pick him up. Remy dropped last round, and now they've got first blood. This is their first real advantage here to maybe pick up a round. You can see Remy going to have the HC car. That player in white truck's got great eyes on that. Is anyone going to be able to use this information, though? That's the question.
Vicento doesn't check his corner. He gets taken down. Remy now has a dart. He's going to go ahead and call this in. Why not? Doesn't even get a kill with it, though.
Interesting. I thought that looked like he was going to be able to connect.
They did it.
And Octane gets a couple of kills. So in the same round that Aqua finally dies, you see Rise Nation getting on the board.
Maybe that's the key to winning Search and Destroy against Elevate. Kill Aqua.
Oh, this kind of works out pretty well for him.
You only need to fire like 4 shots there. Octane with the Shiva finally having an impact on this game, but the player I need to see from Rise, Slack didn't have any kills going into that round, did get his first one on the board, so they combined for 10 kills. Aqua's nearly there on his own.
Yeah, he really is.
And I think he uses a streak here.
Might as well, right? He's getting a safe position, use some streaks. He's watching any kind of maybe, I guess, real aggressive push towards 10.
Well, this is very safe play, right? He doesn't want to get picked off early, so he can't use the streaks, and I like that he put the sniper rifle right. He got the use out of it. Just going to switch to a more consistent gun. Nagafin is going to be taking it out. Is he going to spot this player inside auto? Doesn't look like it just yet. Has time to use his streaks if he wants to.
It looks like he's holding on to him for now. I'm surprised he hasn't used him. All right, here it comes. Now he's going to try and get information as much as he can. You can see the player's trying to get away. He's going to launch that basically right on top of Barn, not able to connect with anything.
And because that Hellstorm missile exploded near the B bomb site, Rise think that they're attacking that side of the map. But when he got the information, he's like, 2 guys in barn, and let's just go right to the A bomb site. Going to be a free plant. Now it's up to Rise Nation. Can they push in and get the defuse?
And Looney's got kinetic.
They know he's here.
And he is going to drop immediately. Octane and Slacked left alone. What are they able to do here? That's going to be the connect, I think, from Remy popping out. And he actually gets both. One with the pistol. Cleans up one, I believe, with the mate. It was the Remy and Aqua show. They end up going combined, what?
15-3?
15-3. That's one hell of a performance from those 2 young players as they're able to take Game 2, tie up the series. Game 3 uplink on evac. And let's see who's going to be the first person to make a difference. And there you go.
Never mind.
The Vesper you thought would go. It's going to get protected early by Vicento. Who do you think that plays for? Who on Elevate is out to protect?
Everyone in this game. Well, I think all these players know how to use the Vesper.
Well, Nagafin I've seen really make an impact in the Optic series. I think day 2 last week. Once that starts to get protected, he's just making big play after big play.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely going to have a high impact on the game. The grip gets protected from Aqua. Maybe worried that was going to get banned out. Obviously, you throw grip on the Vesper. Really has a tremendous impact on the recoil, but things that we expect to get banned out, overdrive, of course.
The gun becomes, I mean, it's not uncontrollable for pro players, obviously, but a Vesper, because of that rate of fire.
You can even shoot a Vesper with a grip on it.
It's without it, it's very jumpy, though. It's hard. I struggle with it. Without grip, it's all over the place. I go from shooting at a player to shooting the ceiling all of a sudden because the kick on that bad boy.
All right, so rapid fire goes, high caliber goes, overdrive goes, everything that follows that Vesper protect. Pretty standard things that we're used to seeing. The grip protect, they just want to make sure they have that available to them. But extended mag still in the game. The Shiva goes, okay. So obviously the Shiva made it through the ban and protect phase in the S&D, gets banned out in the uplink. But the Vesper, I mean, that's really the big one throughout the entire phase.
Certainly, that Protect really kicked things off, and I kind of like the protective grip there. Just kind of guarantees that it's going to be a dominant and usable weapon throughout this one. The Scythe, I guess I'm not surprised to see that come out of Facento. That's going to be a common one for him. Kinetic Armor is going to be coming in for both teams, I'm sure. This is a map where Heatwave can certainly have an impact because there is a lot of close quarter combat in and around the uplink.
I think Camo versus Psychosis is a fun conversation to have. You know, you could use the clones, of course, to provide a big distraction for the other team, but Camo pretty much guarantees
a mirror match
on the map.
Yep.
Complete mirror matchup for both these teams. Get some things done on the map. Taking a look at his class. Afterburner, overclock, not too surprising to see.
Nope, that's pretty standard from him. Now, yeah, again, let's see if he's going to be able to be a difference maker. You do see Cerberus here. Let me go through, because Nagafin's got a Cerberus. I want to see if it's pretty standard.
Oh! He's got the drone in his hand. He gets the beatdown. 3 go down for Rise. Octane desperately trying to rotate back. This is going to be a very early dunk for Octane as Rise. They're going to go down 0-2. Great plays from Elevate, but Rise are able to stabilize. They have control of the drone area. We're watching Facento trying to fend off this push from Rise. Here comes Looney. Let's switch over to him as he is on a 3-kill spree right now.
I did check through. You have one Wraith for Octane on the side of Rise Station. You have a couple of Cerberuses for the side of Elevate. He's able to take that player out right before he manages to push. Something gets hands on. They try to toss it in. Looks like that is going to be a miss. Can Rise answer back here early after that beginning flood you saw coming from the side of Elevate?
Well, we were just talking about this. Nagafin. He's got Afterburner. He could wall run all the way around the map. And also, he's choosing to overextend here. So it's going to be a little bit tough to for Rise to get the good angle on him.
Nice job.
Ooh, okay, so I thought he was almost able to get that toss off. Remy, in fact, he takes down Classic, picks up the drone. It didn't fall off the map from the wall run. Puts it in for a 1-point score. We always talk about being able to capitalize on their 1-point opportunities. Seeing an example there.
I thought that was a really good defensive play from Classic. Unfortunately, one more player able to follow through and flush that in. Early lead. Elevate looking strong, but now it's Rise's chance. They've got the drone in the hands of Classic. He's got one player in front, which is Looney. He's got that player kind of top AC that might be tricky to deal with. Doesn't get a lucky bounce. It's going to be pinned in the back of the Elevate base for now. Can he get his hands? Looney, you got to try to get started. He hits Heatwave and doesn't get the score. That cost him potentially 2 points.
He missed it, what, like 2 times right there?
Yeah.
That's rough if you're on the side of Rise.
You got to pick it up, Looney. Take your time, get the drone in hand, see if you can fire it through. But now they're able to eventually get 1 point on the board.
Yeah, that's going to be Classic tossing that one in. So we really should have a tie game right now. But great use of Heatwave by, I believe that was Aqua, coming up clutch on the defensive side of things for Elevate. The drone will be carried by Looney once again. He has his own Heatwave to use, but he gets taken down. The drone falls off the map. It gets reset once again.
They've still got pressure, though. Both players actually end up dropping in the base, so it's going to be Octane trying to maintain this bottom middle area. Looney's up next. You can see the players of Elevate starting to get forward, just soaring out with these strong Vesper plays. It's all about drone spawn control right now. I think there's one player on the map that's kind of has potential to maybe overextend and be a pain. And that's Facento that's middle. So
they love this
Vacento's leading the way. He loses a gunfight, though. He's going to get taken out. Nagafin's still going to have it in his hands. Can he wrap around the back wall run for a toss? You saw Classic play solid defense on this before. It's Looney that shuts it down, not able to connect the 1-point toss. That's going to be reset. But luckily for them, you've got Facento already set up mid-map, already set up on his drone spawn, ready to try and make a play, but he gets surrounded.
Yeah, luckily for Rise, they're able to stabilize there. You had all 4 players from Rise. They rotated over. They were trying to stop Nagafin, so they gave up all position over near the drone side of the map. Remy has to make some important kills here, get some help from Aqua, but he gets shut down. It's going to be Octane trying to continue this push. Could be a 1-point toss, but he's going for the dunk. There you go. Rise Nation tie it up. Elevate, they do get the kills in the end, but it's just too late.
Well, Looney and crew are set up around the drone spawn, so Rise ready to try and finish off. They had to wait for 2 teammates to spawn. You know, you have that extended spawn timer. Nice. Really have to play a little more passively, but that's Aqua going to go big, get 2 kills in around the drone, try to keep this streak alive. You talked about them liking this middle route, whether they wrap it around to the wall run, whether they push through middle. They've seen a lot of effective plays going that route.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What they do is they just have one guy push up, get some initial control. As soon as they know it's clear, the drone carrier just boost slides all the way through middle, gets to the Z staircase, and then from there they try to set for a 1-point play or a wall run for 2. Aqua had his Heatwave available, but the drone will be in control of Rise. Heatwave does get called in. I think that's a player from Rise using that. Not going to try to pick up these kills. Drone carrier does fall, but
I don't think it connected with that player. The Heatwave just a little bit out of range, so not going to be able to use as effectively, but they're still going to get 1 point on the board as a result. So good job from Rise. They were down, what, 3 early. They've climbed back in. They take the lead. Looney's now got the drone in hand. He's going to try and get late points on the board. Not able to get close enough to get the melee. 2 down there for Rise. Is Elevate going to be potentially able to answer? Nope, it's going to be reset, and really the pressure is still going to be coming here from the side of Rise Nation. Who's going to be the man with his hands? It's going to be Slack. He's trying to push front AC. He's got 1 player in the base, but he gets picked off from behind. Is there anyone there to grab it? Both get dropped. Classic's in the base, but he's got no one there to help him. That should be time now winding off the clock. They're able to get a big defensive stand, because that was, I think, a 4-on-3 or so as they were pushing in.
Well, it was Aqua coming up big on the flank. That's the reason I switched him. Came behind 2 players, drops the drone carrier on top AC, pops the heat wave. Doesn't pick up any kills after that, but it slows down that push so much, especially Tom starting to wind down.
Yeah.
No, it was very frantic in those final seconds.
Well, I was watching, you know, on the minimap, I think whoever it was that had the drone at first, I think it might have been Looney. When he's pushing forward, he looks like he's home free. He's got 2 players in front. He has Classic in the base, but like you said, I'm watching him as he gets cut down from the back. Aqua going big with what could have been a potential dunk and a really big extension on this lead.
And we were talking about how the SMGs were going to have a big impact, especially with that Vesper getting protected. Look who's got the most kills in the game, man. It's Octane, 18-9. Make it 19-9 as he continues to spree. Takes out the MR6 in his back pocket. Will get shut down eventually, but he's got his scythe available to use as Rise Nation, you know, they're looking pretty good so far.
And Octane, again, been one of the most talented players in the game here early. Classic's able to pick up 2. That's going to allow them to maybe get forward. And the scythe comes out for Octane. He's ripping and rolling now, getting it done with the rifles, getting it done with his specialist weapon. If he gets in a strong spot here, he might be able to really get some big kills.
Helipad, man.
And Looney, I mean, he's going to be able to get a 1-pointer because they're also worried about this scythe. And now he lines up 1, 2, getting it all 3. No, 1's going to get away to mid-map, but Octane continues to crush. He's 22-10 on a 3 streak. That player decides to re-slide out. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near this scythe right now as he continues to chop down the players on the side of Elevate.
That is exactly what you want to do when you have the scythe in your hand, and once again, we see the situation. Elevate deciding to overextend. Luckily, they get some better spawns this time around, but the players from Rise, they're starting to rotate back. They're going to come behind these players. Here comes Slack, making his way inside the drone area, get some help from Classic, but there's 1 more player they need to get past. Now it's going to be 2. Aqua and Remy both here. Aqua falls very easily. Slack gets the 2-piece. Everything going in favor of Rise right now.
I think Classic's going to grab 1 as well. Classic's starting to push forward, so he's going to get 2 as well. That's going to allow them to get forward. Rooney's got it in, Rooney. I'm thinking soccer, apparently. Wayne Rooney here. Looney trying to get forward, see if he can points the board. Goes for the 1-pointer, gets it through. 8-3 is the advantage. He's also got his heat wave. So basically 2 players of Rise just picking up nice 2 pieces as they move forward, able to make an easy run and score there for Looney.
Yeah, and you know, the HCXD, when I first saw this getting used in uplink, I was a little bit skeptical, but the way these pro players are able to utilize that score streak, it works out so well, just being able to push out specific angles on the map, and now it's going to be Elevate. They've finally been able to stabilize. Can they make a play happen here?
They need to get points on the board. It's been just a brutal start to this second half for them. Try to toss it over. Nice long-range toss, gets it over the building.
It's something.
It's a point, right? It gets them within kind of a 2-score range. The heat wave connects with 1 player at least, not able to get both. Going to be flanking from behind is Looney. Trying to get forward now. He's been the guy really kind of with drone in hand on this second side. He's trying to lead the way here, and Remy comes up with a nice offensive stand, but the drone's still alive, pops the kinetic, but gets absolutely melted there by the Vesper of Naugafin.
Octane spots the overextension. He gets taken down, though. Naugafin with the drone in hand has camo as well, so potential for a big play to come from Naugafin. There you go. He's going to pop it. Chooses a wall run right through the middle of the map. Finds 1 player top AC. He doesn't see him. He's going to go for the 1-point toss. Is he going to sink it? No, it gets maybe intercepted there by Looney, but
couldn't tell if he missed or picked. And
yeah,
I think did that player see him with camo and said, nope, I'm out of here. I don't want to challenge this. But now it's Rise's turn again. They're trying to get forward. They're moving across the top side of the map. They saw Elevate try this route so many times against him. And nice movement back. That should lead to enough of a distraction to maybe get a toss-off. And there it is. There's still 1 player around him. Can he find him in midair? Somehow gets the kill.
What? points. Sick play coming from Slack in that series of plays. He also used his active camo, so that's something to keep in mind as Rise, they go up by 5 points. Heat Wave still available for Looney. We were talking about Elevate, how strong they were in uplink, but Rise Nation, they're really putting on a clinic for us right now as Looney. What he could do right here is just keep wall running back and forth as the drone falls. You see the Elevate guys, they're pretty far out of position to get the neutral drone.
And this, in my opinion, again, Elevate's best map. You know, I wondered how the rifle players will be able to do on a more sub-heavy map, and the answer has been Octane crushing, 29 and 16. Vicento having a much more average game. So the impact he's able to make, I know Classic's running a sub, and he's been having a huge game as well. So Octane and Classic really getting it done, and then you Looney, Slack, everyone's been effective when it comes to the objective, though, really. When you're talking about the drone, 1-point tosses, getting forward, everyone's got to handle the objective in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting to that point in time, though, where these 1-point tosses, maybe they're just not going to cut it anymore. You got to start pushing forward and try to get that dunk. But as it stands, it's a 2-possession game. Heatwave gets popped by Aqua, and he gets taken down right after by Looney.
You're 2 down. I mean, you have to get a push together, right? If you get control of the base, you can score twice in 30 seconds, but it's got to be done flawlessly.
Yep.
And right now, with Rise having in their hands, it's just keep away time. Yep, wall run, toss it off if you see any aggression, but now he just gets to play with the drone a bit. Smart play coming in here from Slack and Rise, as they're going to be able to take game 3 here in uplink. Incredible job from Rise Nation.
Yeah, especially after that search and destroy, you definitely thought Elevate would have a bit of a stronger showing. Granted, they had an explosive start to that game. Rise, they had a couple missed plays, especially Looney in the base, you know, missing the uplink drone, but they're able to recover from that as they take a 4-point win here on the back uplink.
Well, for AR players that maybe it's so much about positioning on this map. I feel like a lot of maps you can play a little more aggressive with the AR, but on this particular map, you can have subs in your face so frequently, just because it's, I guess, a little bit easier maybe to close the gap on a map like these. Some people taking it more seriously than others, I think. And, you know, that's got to cut out. You know, now that the league's going on, you really have to be bringing it all. You see the first thing to go is Looney going to be banning Overdrive. It is going to be CTF on Stronghold. If you're just hopping in, Rise Nation has a 2-1 advantage here.
Abilities for the first 2 bans. The Vesper still in play, the Shiva still in play, High Caliber, Rapid Fire, all these things we expect to see go. There's the High Caliber coming out of Slack. He's going to go ahead and ban that. Let's see what Elevate decide to respond with. Obviously, smoke grenades can have a big effect on capture the flag. You saw it come out a little bit in the first series of the night. Rapid Fire followed up by Nagafen.
Not surprised. Those two are paired together pretty frequently, right?
So Vesper's still in play. That's something we expect to maybe see get banned. There's the concussion,
Might be flashbang next, so it's going to be these specialist abilities paired together. I don't think we'll see any more specialists go. These will be the 2 main ones. Maybe camo, but I doubt it. You see the 2 attachments go. Now will it be concussion flashbang is the question. What guns? I mean, Vesper maybe. Do you think Shiva? Okay. So they're going to decide to protect the flashbang. That's the second time I think we've seen that happen tonight, right?
Yeah.
Last time it was the other way around, though, I believe. The concussion got protected.
I think it was the HK series and the Search and Destroy, the flashbang or something.
I mean, a lot of times they usually just follow each other. You get rid of both of them. And there we go. That's the 3rd time tonight I think we've seen Afterburner go.
Shiva's still in play. A lot of things that could get banned out here by Classic. I think they're fine with just playing with the Vesper. I'm not sure if that's going to be the last ban.
Do you think
the Shiva?
Did they see that 15-second flag round there by Miracles with that G slide to score? They're like, no, none of that's happening in this series. Let's get Afterburner out of here.
There's going to be a bit more of like a traditional CTF game than what we saw in the first series.
Sure.
You know, Blast Suppressor did silence still in play, so still. That's a fairly common pick and ban stage for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, this makes you still smokes in. You have, like you said, Blast Suppressor, Dead Silence allows for the potential of more sneaky routes, more sneaky flag pulls, I suppose, than we didn't really see any actually in the last Stronghold that I can think of. It was just too difficult to do.
Aside from that one at the very end by Complexity, but that's because H2K, they couldn't afford to rotate back and clear out their base.
That's when they were in kind of that frantic mode. We have to get a pull, we have to get a pull.
All right, so Specialist draft, Vision Pulse, active camo, Scythe being taken by Rise Nation. Remy picks up the camo, Nagafen with the Vision Pulse. Heat Wave for Aqua. Annihilator will be the weapon for Vicento as Classic picks up the Heat Wave with his left.
Especially this game mode. Well, really even more so on this map. It's going to be pretty slow, pretty tight, played very safe until that first cap goes through. Once a cap gets through, it kind of forces a little bit more of aggressive play, right, from the team that's down. We'll see. It was the final seconds, really, the first time we saw our first score in the last series. Can someone get on the board earlier here?
Uh-oh, 3 go down for Rise Nation early on. Octane immediately backtracking, setting up defense on his base. So initial push obviously won by Elevate. They're going to have some initial positioning to work with. But whenever you think about CTF, right, the kills come in like waves. You know, you get the first wave of kills. You're able to push up, take mid-map.
Nagafin, stop with the MR6, man. He's able to pick up 2 already.
Yeah, like I was saying, you come in waves, you push up as you pick up the kills. Nagafin picks up 3 on his way to pulling the flag. He gets shut down right after that by Classic. Looney, last one alive for Rise. Smokes comes out. He doesn't have a clear line of sight. Nades frantically firing out. EMP, the flag carrier still in front of him. Picks up the kill, takes down Facento, but still one more play for Elevator on the area. It's going to be Remy continuing the flag run.
He's only got 8. He's got 8 bullets. Can he get a kill with 8 bullets? The answer is yes, he can. Now he's got to try to get away. He turns and burns. He's only 75 away from his dart. He's got his active camo. This is 100% a cap. He's not even going to need to use that camo.
His teammates have the cuts. They know nobody's there.
They've already given it up. He's going to get home, and that is an early cap. And that was okay. I'd say 50% Nagafin initially with the MR6 kills and picking up a 3rd in the base, and then Remy closing it out, who now has full streaks. What a confident player. He didn't even reload. He left his 8 bullets in there. He's like, I'm getting it done with the Vesper.
8 bullets, reloads, not using extended mags on the Vesper, so that's important to take note, but so confidently reloads, challenges the player that's trailing behind him. Now he has his score streaks to work with, so the HCXD not going to have as big of an impact as something like the Lightning Strike, but he's also using a dart. You think maybe he forgot to switch up his streaks? Is that something that he wants to use here in CTF?
I don't know. I mean,
could use it to chase down the flag carrier,
I was just thinking that. Like, that'd be pretty epic, right? You have this flag runner. He's trying to get across mid-map, and there's this dart just chasing him. That would be interesting to watch, but I don't know. I mean, I don't see it having too much of a use. It's too slow.
All right, we'll see if it comes into play, but we're starting to enter that phase of the game. Some of these players are earning their specialist abilities.
Look at the kills for either side right now.
Yeah, it's very much in favor of the Elevate guys. Nagafin 6-2, 5-2 for Facento. So early stage of the game, obviously Elevate, they got a bit of an advantage in the slang department, or you got a flag cap on the board. And now Rise Nation, they're taking this a little bit slow. They're not playing like they're down 0-1 right now.
They certainly are not. And, you know, this is one series we thought had the potential to certainly go 5. We both picked Rise for this one. Let's see if Elevate can push it to that game. Slack getting some kills at home. There's still, you can see the minimap, one more player pushed up aggressively, but that's going to be Aqua, who is ultimately going to end up dropping. Now, do they eventually get aggressive here? They grab one. Active camo going to be ready for that player, but he's going to be coming off spawn. Remy's been the man of the match thus far, but he just can't figure out what side he's being picked up on from outskirts. Rise is trying to push up here. Flashbang's coming to use. That's going to be no tac mass on Classic, and he doesn't stand a chance against Aqua in that one.
Yeah, his whole screen gets blinded, falls back, gets taken out, but Rise, no, it seems like they're playing pretty paranoid, which is good. You know, they're really worried about somebody from Elevate sneaking through. Vision Pulse gets called in. I think he pinged one player. He's going to go ahead and challenge. Finds Nagafin, picks up the kill. The Lightning Strike gets called in.
Not able to get through.
Yeah, Remy finds the kill, but the flag's still alive for the time being. It's going to be continued to run by Slack. 3 go down. Is he going to call in the dart to try to chase off the respawn? But the guys from Rise, they still need to get these cutoffs.
They should be good. They have 2 players back to watch Bunker. You heard the dart. Who called it in? Who had it again? Remy? Is Remy able to pick it up? He gets forward, not able to do it. You switch over just in the nick of time, but he can't stop it. So maybe he intended to do it. That's the kind of play he wanted to make. Did he pick up 2 or 3 in the base, or just really in the transition with the flag? But unfortunately, it gets there a little bit late.
And from what we saw, like in that first series between HUK and Complexity, as soon as, you know, once he got that first cap, it was pretty much all defense from them on out. Rise Nation, they're able to coordinate a solid push. They respond with a flag cap of their own, so good patient play by them. Here comes Remy. He pops the camo, finds a defender, takes down Octane, grabs the flag, but Looney's there to pick it up. 3 go down for Elevate.
And that was just awkward. I mean, he didn't really get the clean flag pull. He had to step back. If he got the flag and got a slide, maybe he could have got behind cover before he got picked up, but just kind of an awkward series of events now. Looney got a 5-1 there at mid, cut over from Rocks. You can see the minimap. He definitely has someone back to deal with in the base. That's going to be Remy picking up 1, Nagafin grabs 1, and Aqua's going to get 2. So that's 4 down right now for Rise. They have enough time. Look at the clock right now. I think he still has time. He gets a pull. It was 15 seconds we saw them make the run with. He's not going to be able to get a grab. I don't think he's got enough time at this point because, I mean, 15 seconds. I'm sure if you're not worried about other players, if you just do a straight flag run, you might be able to get a second or 2 off of that, but that's got to be pretty close to the fastest run, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we saw it just around that time with Miracles, but he did have Afterburner on, I believe, so that's going to aid him a little bit. But you see the final scoreboard, Looney really shining here for Rise, 12-8, but you know, in terms of total kills made by both teams, they're around the same area, but,
sure.
you know, impressive stuff from Rise. You know, they go down 0-1, able to bring it back, they get a counter cap. Things
tough.
are tied up.
In this particular map, it's really tough. Once you get down 1-0, I mean, it feels like a much bigger wall than it is on a scoreline. But can we, I was going to say, let's start off with Looney. He had a big first half, leading all Slayers. He's been playing really, really well so far to kick off the Pro League. Want to see what he can do. He did see one cross.
Doesn't see him anymore,
Two outskirts, and now he just sees white. He is so flashed. I don't think he had any clue where he was ending up there as he was running across. He does have his vision pulse. He's going to push lower mountain. No one there at couch. No one at bar. Let's see if he tries to push through top. He's got a couple players. Look at the minimap. There's a swarm of players heading in. He waits patiently, grabs one, saving his vision pulse for now. I wonder if how he opts to use this.
Yeah, that's something I want to see as well. You know, does he use it in a defensive manner, offensive? That's a big conversation we have with a bunch of these specialist abilities. Moving over to Classic, he's a guy with Heat Wave in a position to maybe use it. He's going to find one player directly around the corner here. M8 not going to do it. Knocking him with the MR6, so deadly.
Slacked has camo though, and he's in a pretty good position to maybe make a play.
But Aqua snuck through.
He's got it out. Do you pop camo there and maybe get the kill, maybe get a flag out? There were two people to deal with for sure. Oh! And Aqua still has it out, and that's going to be a ton of points there as he's going to get a kill with the flag in hand. Is he going to be able to
He's going to get some streaks with this cap, too. Yep. There's nobody in position for Rise, but no, very similar to what we saw in the first half. Elevate, they come out, they get the first flag cap on the board. It's up to Rise to provide a response now. Let's see if Aqua gets streaks. That's going to be the big factor here. Remy was able to get a lightning strike as well as a dart from his flag cap in the first half. Didn't have too big of an impact, but still the potential is there.
Let's see if he's able to push forward. Now you'll see he will have extended mags on his Vesper. He's got one on the back. He's got to win this one. He saw, the heat wave comes out. That makes it tough. As Facento gonna be able to clean it up. That Classic does have it out. He's got the flag in hand. They counter cap so quickly last time. They look good now. Look at Octane cross to the top of the match. He didn't see Nogafin get through. Nogafin might be able to make the hero play. Can he get the cap? Can he get the flag and get the return? He gets one kill. Does he decide to go for the pull? He needs some help though. He's getting flanked from behind. This should be the tying cap and they're gonna get it through. What a great job from Rise. Is they get pressure, they get the cap. I mean, what is the total amount of time it's taken them to counter in both of these? Like 60 seconds both times they've got a counter cap in?
Yeah, and they're making a good job to make sure that they cut down these legs. Nogafin able to sneak by.
Well,
you know, just think, what if he had a camo right there?
Octane almost let that one slip away because he was the one watching bunker. I don't know if it was just a little bit of a timing miscue as he went to check the overextension, but not able to pick him up. Nogafin almost just has a wild play.
Yeah, Octane now starting to heat up. He's on a 4-kill spree, trying to earn his way towards that lightning strike, that Holster missile, maybe even the Wraith. But for now, the game is going to slow down quite a bit. This is the second time in the game Elevate has let a lead slip out of their fingers. Right now, all eyes on Octane as he's working towards streaks.
And there, he's able to grab 100 off his lightning. I mean, if he's able to get a Wraith or something, I mean, how much easier is a Wraith make your return home with the flag if you've got that set up mid-map?
Yeah, I think you'll feel pretty comfortable with a helicopter flying above, shooting down at the enemy.
Certainly a bit more support. They've got mid-control. They've got two players push up a mansion.
Aqua once again.
Aqua's been the sneaky player, the one able to get through here. Yep, if a kill or two, really, and he's going to pull that and try to make a run. Remy gets one.
Finish him off. There we go. So he earns himself the lightning strike. That's a big one. As the flag will get pulled by Alka. So this is going to force the hand of Rise. They're going to try to make something happen. 3 go down. Aqua, last one alive. Now look at these spawns. This is very important. Octane, he's going to find this one right in front of him. Finds one.
They had nowhere to spawn.
No kill made though.
Oh, you got to get that. He spawns right in front of you. Where else were they going to spawn? They had the entire base controlled. Aqua gets another big black kill. He's still alive. What's happening on his screen? He's just trying to stick it out.
Octane going to fall back. Protects. Trying to protect Slack here. Does have a lightning strike. Can use this to maybe pick off Aqua as they push him, but Rise, I like the way they're playing this. They're going to defend Slack, make sure they pick up these two approaching players.
Who's sneaking in the bottom? It's Remy.
Could wall run around here.
Oh, Remy.
He's got camo.
He's got camo. Can he get through? He's able to pick him up. There should be a return. Is it going to be a score in the final seconds? They should be able to fire and help, and that's going to be Elevate going up 3-2. But we know how poor they've been at preventing counter caps. It's been about a minute or so before Rise is able to answer. Can they get forward? Calls in the lightning. Going to streak the base. Can they get into bunker in time? They're trying to hide.
They're not moving.
That's going to get both. This should be a flag pull here for Rise. Can they get it?
Classic. Octane's got the cutoff. Rise, they're going to try to make this one happen. Octane also has the sight. Is he going to use it here? Maybe save it for overtime. What's he going to do? He's going to choose to pull it out here, trying to cut off that lane. Octane has some big important kills to make. He gets immediately shut down.
I think they still have the scoring.
He matches the slide.
Can he get it? He does. Ties it up with 4 seconds up. We're going to our OT here. Wow. They couldn't. Elevate, what are you doing? Every single time you score, it's like you shut your game off.
Oh, man, that lightning strike coming up huge for Octane. Botches the kills with the scythe, but classic big kill made by him. What a series of plays from the guys over on Rise Nation to force the overtime. This has been a crazy CTF. You know, going into this, we're like, wow, Stronghold CTF, you play this like a snail. But this has been such an action-packed game.
I mean, it could have been, but I can't even describe how ridiculous it is to me that every time Elevate scores, it's within 60 seconds, Rise is on the board again.
Yeah.
It's insane. I wasn't even that nervous with 38 seconds left. I'm like, oh, they're all right. They'll be good. The lightning gets called in, and the players don't even move on the minimap. They don't try to get in the mansion to hide. They don't try to get in the bunker. They just lay there prone.
They just sit there and take it.
Yep. Wow. All right, well, it's overtime now. Can Rise close out this series? Elevate has been the first one to get on the board every time, right?
Yeah, this is true. But you got knocked from the MR6 smokes coming out.
Aqua's got another pull.
Gets the tail end of a flashbang. Looking over towards Aqua, definitely in a position to, I think, defend his flag. That's going to be. So off the respawn, Nagafin picking up some kills. These are going to slow down for the time being. Got to watch out for Slacked. He's going to let these players go by. No, he's not. Also has Camo to work with. You know, how funny is it that we're always talking about that hero play that could be made with the Camo, and Remy goes ahead and does it.
And he's been amazing with it. But again, Aqua, is he going to be the one to get the pull? He had, what, every single flag pull, I think, for Elevate?
I would assume so.
Just able to sneak through, really come up big time and time again. He's been playing a little more defensively here, but is he going to be able to get that magic pull in overtime? It's going to be Facento getting forward first. You see Nate's coming in from everywhere. He's trying to stay alive here. Truck, he needs a bit of help. Trying to challenge a player in the back. He's going to lose that ultimately to Octane. That's a tough player to go up against in a one-on-one gunfight. Shocker. Nagafin has an MR6 out. Look how fast he shoots that damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, going up against any gun besides the Vesper, I think you favor Nagafin's MR6 a little bit there. But 3 go down for Elevate. Facento, he's going to be the defender. And this is a very key role to play, especially in overtime for CTF. It's kind of like that last line of defense. You know, all 3 players go down. Those kills become very impactful on the game.
All right, well, let's see who can get the first successful push. You see Rise Nation working their way up the map. Nagafin still getting placed with this MR6. So effective with it. There's 2 players left at home to deal with it. Slack picking up 1. Slack getting 2. Gets a flag pull, but there's still 1 at home to play defense. Not able to get forward.
Yeah, a lot of clutch kills coming up over on the defensive side of things for both teams, really. Just looking at the kill count real quick. You got Looney having a good game. Octane having a huge game. Everybody for Elevate really around the same areas, aside from Facento, who's struggling a little bit, but he's just in the back playing a lot of defense for his squad.
He certainly has been. I'm just waiting for this one push, eventually Aqua sneaking through the cracks like he has the rest of the game. But this side, well, his overtime has certainly played a bit slower here. He pops the camo. He's just getting so tagged up, can't figure out where it's coming from. Just gets through and not able to really do anything with that camo. I mean, unfortunately, he gets tagged really as soon as he pops it. Looks like Nagafin uses Vision Pulse as well.
Facento using his Annihilator. Everything coming out for the Elevate squad, but even if Facento picks up kills, like, who's there to follow it up? Aqua just now got here. Hopefully he doesn't use his Heat Wave. You want to try to save that for maybe a key moment of the game, but that push from Elevate shut down by Rise.
Neither team has really been able to. I know there was a momentary flag touch for Rise Nation, but player didn't even make it a foot. Oh. No one's been able to really do anything effective here. They get another touch that goes nowhere.
Some good timing though, you know, as soon as he goes to throw the flashbang out, the player comes around and Peaks winds up getting the kill, but no progression made on the flag just yet. Let's watch some players from Rise. Looney has the Vision Pulse, but so much time off the clock. A minute 25 remaining in this overtime. Solid shots from Looney.
Wow.
Smokes go out on the peg as well.
He barely saw that player for him, and now he's got it. He's got the smoke. He needs help. Does he opt to maybe pop Vision Pulse here to get a kill? He is going to use it. I think he might have saw that player out at Rocks, or was he a little bit outside of the range? They're pushing this side. Gotta think he got eyes on with him. He's gonna pick up 1. Full streaks. Can Looney close it out here? There's 1 more player. He needs to win this gunfight. That's Slack going big. He gets it in the mansion. This should be game. Who's back in spawn? That's Octane that's gonna be watching, and he any kind of overextension. I'll take a look at him on my screen, but this should be home free. There's no going to be a position to stop this, and Slack is going to close it out and be able to put through the first cap. Can Elevate match that? I mean, that wasn't...
They got a lot of time.
They do. That was a pretty long cap, right?
Streaks are big for Looney. So that's going to give some comfort to Rise. I mean, granted, Rise have the same amount of time to go for a flag cap on their own. They're not necessarily forced to now play defense because they're the ones with the flag cap. They can still push up and get a cap.
It's the opposite of what you want to do. I think play your style. They've been playing aggressive. I don't think you want to slow it down at all. Now, is there a side that you think is a little more preferred here, a little more favored? How do you feel about this second half here?
I think when you're on the side that Rise is on, it's a little bit tougher to get the flag out of the base just because it's so open. You don't have a lot of cover to work with, whereas when you're on the side of Rise that's now on, you got some cars to work with, a little bit of cover here and there. You can maybe dip, dodge, duck and get to safety with that flag pull. But Elevate put on some aggression. Heat Wave coming out from Classic, just trying to slow things down. As Rise, they're going to stabilize the game once again. But who's this sneaky beaver? It's going to be Remy. Saw him make a huge play with camo spots. One player in the way back of the map.
That's a little
HCXD comes in and takes him down.
I was going to say it's a little bit out of Vesper range, but as he's catching an HC to the face there, Nogfin got the M8 in hand. He's trying to get forward. Almost a really impressive wall bang there for him.
All right, so it's going to be Placento kind of leading the charge. Nogafin looking over, and both these players with M8s. You got to think, when do they switch it up? Because at a point in time in this game, they're all going to have to take out SMGs just because they're going to need that aggression. They're going to need that mobility around the map. But how do you stop Looney right now? 32 and 19, he still has streaks. He's only uses HCXD. And you just saw him turn and burn on Remy right there.
Look at this. They've only got one up. Second player spawning. Now becomes the push. You see the 4 green arrows starting to push across mid-map. Does he use these streaks? Does he try to hit the back of the base potentially, or just save them for defense?
Well, he does call in the lightning strike. They're going to find one more player or two go down as Octane.
Oh,
he's got the sight.
This is a pull for sure. That's the 4th. That should be game. They should be able to get out. They're going to be spawning. They should spawn bunker side, which Octane's already set up for. So yeah, everyone's going to spawn that corner of bunker. Octane's going to have him teed up. 1, 2. That's game over. He's flashed. That should be all she wrote.
Yeah, and more streaks coming in from Looney. The Hellstorm missile as well. The flag about to get put in from Classic.
Wow.
And there you have it, an impressive showing from Rise Nation as they close out the series, taking that CTF Stronghold.
Oh, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
I mean, Stronghold, I know sometimes
doesn't put 5 for the most entertaining CTF games.
It doesn't always have the most entertaining plays. Can play pretty slow, but that one, that's his back.